Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Joshua Chastain here with W.L.L. This is We Love Alarms. Very, very special treat for you guys today. I'm at a very wonderful place, and we're going to make this place shine today. I'm at SawMill Tactical. Now, they are a tactical training complex, and no, it's not just firearms, guys. They do everything. They are very, very, very empowered to make our community a better place. And I'm here with pretty much going to be the face of our show today.
Yeah, how you doing? Scott Puckett.
Joshua Chastain.
Good to meet you.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys are. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do and just what y'all stand for.
All right, so we're a 250-acre tactical training facility, so multifaceted, not just about firearms like you were saying, but it's also about hiring the level, or raising rather the level of training and capacity and ability of our nation's protectors, the law enforcement, military, and first responders across the board, with medical training, with your hands-on type training, skill set training on multiple planes, not just about, like I said, firearms, but it's also about whether it be some type of combatives or defensive tactics, whatever it is, the terminology you need to use, or what they will use rather in their profession, if you will. And we have the ability to host different events, such as whether it be a Boy Scout event or whether it be some type of Tier 1 military unit that's out here doing some type of operational or training or spin up, if you will, for a deployment. Law enforcement, SWAT training. Like right now we have the Catawba County.
Yeah, I saw the SWAT.
Yep.
Who's here?
So it's Catawba County Sheriff's Department, which is also, but that is it's what's called basically it's a STAR team, and it's a multi-jurisdictional type SWAT or Special Tactics and Response team is what they call it, the STAR team. So it's made up of about 7 different jurisdictions within Catawba County, North Carolina. And the reason they came down here is obviously for what we had to offer as far as the training site, not just ranges, but also some of our buildings, the bunkhouse capability, and also be able to stay on site and eat, sleep, and train. But they've also, on top of that, they've also needed supplies. So they've gone into town and get different things they need at the Walmart, et cetera. And while they're here this week, they get to basically work as a cohesive unit. They get to spend time building that team esprit de corps, if you will, and get away from what we call in our profession, get away from the flagpole, if you will, get away from the bosses, get away from all the other distractions, so they can concentrate on what matters right now, and that's their skills in their profession. Like I said, that special operations profession within law enforcement.
Better skills obviously means more protection, and I feel safer already knowing that they're here. I mean, obviously you said that they're SWAT, so if anything went down in the area, I mean, I know they're here. They obviously they probably got all their full gear with them and everything else. So
yeah, if need be, I mean, obviously they would help in any way they could.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah, that's
just like the rest of us that will feel that it's it's obviously necessary to protect those that are in need and those that are being targeted. So what we're trying to accomplish out here in this beautiful landscape. I mean, look around, it's unbelievable. And today is about a perfect October, fall day that I've ever experienced outside. We just got past that rain we last couple of days, and it broke into this. Last night the sunset was it was unbelievable. Sitting up on the deck last night watching that sunset go down. But with that environment, because of the terrain the way it is and subterranean that we have within the property, that offers unique environments for different entities, whether, like I said, it be military units or law enforcement, to come down here and utilize this area. Other events that we're looking to host are long distance type competition, long distance rifle shooting competitions. Now, anything motocross, you name it, we can host it here. We have 45 bed capability here in the bunkhouse and catering, which we use the local economy for that. And classroom, you name it, we have a little bit of everything. We're still growing and trying to get more capabilities here within the property.
Now, I see the 2 builds behind us. We got 1 and we got 2. Obviously, you've pointed in that general direction to speak. That's the bunkhouse.
That's the bunkhouse, correct.
Now, what's the other building?
So that's our main building: pro shop, planning, offices, classroom, our safe and locker room, which different military depending on if law enforcement or military, they have to have certain criteria to house and store ammunition and firearms in a safe internal holding facility, if you will, under certain criteria, if you will.
Now, I'm looking around and I'm seeing, well, a lot of ranges, obviously. How many ranges do y'all actually have here?
So we have about 12 right here in this general vicinity. And then there's 15 within walking distance, a total of 15. And then we're adding to, so not to mention your live firearms capabilities, 100 yards, 75 yards, 50, 25. And on the other side, we have a couple more of the same, 25, 50, and 75. And then we're also going to be doing what you call non-lethal training ammunition areas, where you go force on force with simunitions or UTMs. And then, of course, our tower for rappelling, entries, rescue, you name it. So it's not just about, like I said, the firearms capabilities. It's also about the rescue capabilities and what we can do as far as, any kind of, whether it be high angle type rescue or medical inside of a structure, fire, you name it. We can actually use that structure for different, usages.
Now, the SawMill, where did that's a very unique name, obviously. Where did that come from?
So this is where you're gonna have to refer back to Steve on this one, and then we can pick it up. But I'm assuming this was a sawmill at one point, or a.
Well, there was an old antique sawmill at the entrance up here, but what tied it together for me was when I was in Afghanistan in 2001, December of 2001. If you saw the movie with the fifth group guys that were on horseback.
Oh yeah.
They got into a TIC, which is troops in contact, and the only comms at the time were SATCOM, and we were on the other side of the country, and they started calling. We're in contact. We need fast mover support, whatever. And somebody on the other end asked, how heavy is the fire? And they said, it's a freaking sawmill out here. So that
I like it.
Tied into it too.
I like it.
That's pretty neat.
That's a very special name.
But this was also a horse ranch at one time too, or horse farm, right? Okay, so it's stables the whole nine.
I can see that. Yeah. I can definitely see that. Very, very. Obviously, like you said, it's very beautiful landscape.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to believe that the city's like 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's quiet out here too.
Now, and that's that's another thing I wanted to ask you guys. Obviously with all the shooting ranges and everything else, and I've been on your Facebook page and I've looked at some of the videos and stuff. And I mean, obviously y'all bring helos down here and y'all do live fire out of them and everything else. What is the safety aspects for, say, the neighbors that are around this area and everything else? Because I know that we've been on social media and we've heard some of the neighbors talking. They don't know what's going on out here. It sounds like a war zone is what we've read and seen and heard. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that there was kind of a unique event that took place the last time we had the helicopters out here, and what happened and it had it was no direct connection whatsoever with our facility with the power outage. So when you have a power outage, you have quiet, right? And it's kind of hard to, it's very easy, rather, I should say, to hear, loud noises as traveling, and especially in this environment. And, depending on what the weather is as well, as well as I do. Mm-hmm. Some days you can hear more than others. Like a day like today, you would actually hear, noise travel a long distance. So, but the safety aspect, to get back to your question, the safety aspect is obviously we're only going to work with and utilize companies and individuals with the highest skill level of whether it'll be pilots, whether that be door gunners, whoever they may be. And you're not going to see that quite often, but you'll see that happen at times. And we're talking about individuals with the 160th SOAR, for instance. Those guys, if they've come out of that community, then they are the best of the best. You can guarantee that. And so we hold skill level is very important, and obviously our reputation within the community is very important. We are not going to risk someone coming out here doing any kind of maneuvers or training that is not very capable and highly skilled. So that's first. Okay, that's first thing. Second thing is we're gonna coordinate and communicate with the local first responders, local leadership here, whether it be fire, EMS, etc., and of course the sheriff's department. They're going to be very aware, and dispatch. They're going to be very aware of what we have going on, when it's going to happen, etc. So they're not caught off guard as well, and that way they can communicate with the public a lot faster and easier and more readily, obviously, than we could. And as time goes on, people will know more and more about us. Like, for, you know, we love Lawrence coming out here. Thank you for coming out. And
we're grateful for you guys.
Yeah, man, and that's a huge part of our ability to communicate and get along with our neighbors. And we want to help our neighbors. That's a big part of it. So that is big. Communication is key in all relationships.
The main entrance is one right across from y'all's main entrance over here. So
right there.
I mean, it's, you know, y'all definitely have neighbors.
And along with that, we do a safety brief before, and we do what's called an after-action report after every training. So before the training, everyone gets a specific to their training safety brief, and then we have a general brief prior to, or as whether it be a team coming on to train, we'll give them a briefing on that. We have range safety officers. I'm a range safety officer. You know, we'll all act as range safety officers out here. So within that, that's a higher level training that we understand and can mitigate and see a possible incident that may take place, you know, or dangers that may take place. And of course, everybody understands that, and mindset's a big part of that. We also want to make sure everybody's in the right mindset, right? So when you come out here, you're thinking about, and that's another reason why a lot of teams come out here, is to get away from their everyday, especially for law enforcement. You get tugged in so many different directions. When you come out here, you're isolated from all those distractions. So you come out here and train, you're not thinking about, you know, yesterday, you're not thinking about tomorrow, you're thinking about right now, and you're thinking about what you need to do. So that's another aspect of safety that is very important to us and to me personally too, on a professional level. But with that, you know, that surface danger zone determination, trying to figure out exactly where those rounds could impact, we want to make sure that guys understand that obviously accuracy is critical, you know, so and we have plenty of backdrops here to prevent that, and buffers to prevent that, any rounds that may go stray. So that's a big part of it as well. All this is determined prior to getting started on any training.
So folks, obviously, you know, there you go. Y'all can feel safe at home. Everybody can feel safe. Y'all ain't got to worry about, you know, anything happening to your house or yourself. So they've got all the safety measures in place there. Obviously, really great guys. You wouldn't mind taking us in?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll go for a tour. We'll go look around.
We'll go take a little tour here and get the last little bit of our footage, and then we'll be heading on our way.
All right, sounds good. I'm looking.
So obviously, we're here at your long gun range.
Yeah, man.
1,400 yards, you said, right?
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, plus or minus.
I mean, that's just, man, I couldn't imagine hitting something that far out. Goodness. So, you spoke a little bit earlier about community, and can you go a little more in depth into how much community-wise that you guys actually do so far? So,
well, you know, we're still getting the doors open, if you will. We've already done some events out here in the past, but now under the new umbrella, or the new name, SawMill Tactical Training Center, we look to and want to and plan to have events for Boy Scouts, you know, different conservation groups, whomever, you know, we may be able to help, you know, support, again, in that synergistic effort, you know, to create a win-win for our business, but also for the community. And there, as you can tell, there's plenty of property here that we can open up and find ways.
Acres, right?
That's correct, 250 acres. So, you know, but we're also looking at bringing different sporting type events, whether it be like a motocross again, or some long distance rifle shooting, tactical games, something in that realm that is good for the outdoor enthusiast, you know?
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're looking to try to accomplish.
Being an outdoor enthusiast, obviously you can tell with big giant beard and everything else I got, but being an outdoor enthusiast, that would be something that, you know, would definitely appeal to me, living here and being here.
Yeah.
You know, the outdoor games and, you know, that kind of stuff, and the fact that y'all do host Boy Scouts and have hosted them in the past,
right,
that speaks volumes for just how community centered y'all are.
Right.
That y'all are not just way up here, but y'all think about, you know, the little guys that need their jump start into their training.
Right.
if you say, for
Yeah, Boy
survival
Scouts,
training.
Girl
it's
Scouts.
very important that that they learn at a young age, because anything can happen.
That's right.
Anything can happen.
Well, there's a lot to learn from those, and I think a lot of people. I was just talking to an older gentleman the other night about actually becoming an Eagle Scout, and if you think about it, you know, and I've only known 3. That's you know, that's something to be proud of. I think it's something to be proud of, and those type of organizations, unfortunately, we're seeing less and less.
Oh yeah.
And the family unit within our country that supports that, you know, family first. So those type of organizations, you know, Rotary Club events, you know, we want to find out and go out in the community, find out who's in need, who needs needs support, and who we would like to come work with us, and you know, we're going to do that. I myself, I enjoy going out and meeting people in the community. I like talking to the Rotary Club, you know, whatever it is, Civitans, whatever.
There's plenty.
There's so many organizations.
There's plenty of them in the community.
All right, schools.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of them here. I can
yeah.
promise you, there are plenty of organizations you can reach out to.
Yeah.
I've got a long list of them.
Good. And those are the people I want to say, hey, I'm here to help. I mean, my background is.
That is why we are happy that we're here to
Yeah.
do this, because that is one thing that, you know, we want to give the positive outlook of
Sure.
where we're from.
Right.
And we want to showcase to the outside of our community as well as to our community what we have to offer.
Right. And I want to stress too that who we do business with and who we work with is very important. Our reputation is very important. We want to work with people that we know we can trust. We want to know that we can bring good people and make good people better, right? I mean, we want to do anything we can to support people, and those in need, we want to be able to help them as well. However we can, you know, when we get to that point where we can help those people. So, you know, we just don't know. We're still trying to explore that. But the biggest thing is that we want to be a positive influence on the community. You know what I mean? I can't stress that enough. Yeah. And on the environment. The environment is very important to me as well. Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful area, man.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
I can't not look out over it and think, you know, God is so good to us. You know, He's blessed us with such beautiful creation, man. What a marvelous thing, you know. People just, the simplicity yet the complex amazement is so, you know, it's astounding, if you know what I mean. So
it's God's canvas.
Yeah, man, exactly. So that's important to me as well. I mean, that's not just for me. It's about making people safer, but it's also conserving that so we can pass it on to the next generation. That's important, you know.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Sure, yeah.
Shall we head to the tower?
Let's do it.
Let's go to the tower, guys. Obviously, we're at what you guys call the tower, correct?
Yep, the tower.
So, what is the tower?
So the tower has multifaceted usages. It's not just has quite a few capabilities. So we mostly for rescue, high angle rescue, for rappelling. This will replicate a skid, for instance. You could rappel off of a helicopter, or this goes out. You can rappel off a flat surface just straight down. We're going to set up a climbing tower. Obviously, you've got the skid here. We can rappel straight down the tower here on a flat surface. And there's a couple different chutes inside that we can use for confined space rescue. You know, working with North American Rescue, getting them out here to help, you know, work and train and give them some location and facility they can actually train in an environment that would be challenging and conducive to whatever they may face, whatever needs. And other units that may need a space to do more pointed, focused type training on different skill sets, if you will. Yeah, more specified training, yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but you name it, also use it for force-on-force type training, like in a non-lethal training ammunition. You name it, we could do it. all right, smoke, explosives, whatever, breaching type stuff. But you could also, like I said, a lot of rappelling, and then we're going to put a rock climbing wall up on it as well. Looking at doing that.
So I do have to ask, how did you get started into all of this?
So my background, yeah.
If you don't mind me asking,
that's okay.
I've been kind of dying to ask you that question here.
Yeah. So my background, I've spent the last 25 years in the security and law enforcement profession, and here in South Carolina working in law enforcement, but also downrange in Iraq and Afghanistan, other places around the world in austere environments, doing protection work and also training, teaching. So, and my skill set, I've been blessed with the ability to teach, and with that, I have found that through all that training and all that time, that relationships are the biggest key to success when it comes down to helping people and knowing people and understanding people, how they learn, and because of that background in the SWAT, et cetera, multiple or different environments, austere environments, it's led me to come here and work with Lunatech and the SawMill Tactical Training Company.
Man, that's you definitely you have a teaching personality and a teaching voice. I give you that one. You got a good radio voice as well. So this is audio is going to be very easy.
Maybe my background, my backup profession.
There you go.
We'll get into that.
Obviously, guys, we're at the SawMill again. We have a visitor here. Who we got here?
I'm Hayes Irving.
Yeah, how you doing, Josh? Just saying.
Marketing extraordinaire.
Hey, what's up, man? It's good to see you.
Anything you want to add while we're got you on video too?
Well, geez. Well, the reason we're out here is we're training the America's heroes. So these people that are out here are getting the best training, the best specialized everything there is, and these are the people that are saving our lives out there in the field and with law enforcement. So it's really important that we have this out here, especially down here in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Lots of good things are going to come from here.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, man.
Let's go take a look inside the lodge.
All right, let's do it.
So obviously now we're inside the pro shop and the lodge, correct?
Correct.
So.
Well, the main building.
Yeah.
Yeah, main building.
It looks a little empty.
Yeah.
You got more stuff coming up.
Yeah, we're working on that. This is our main objective right now is getting some infrastructure in place so we can move forward with pulling in training clients and customers, and then working with the community as well. And then the pro shop will be something that'll come online here in the next 90 days, maybe 6 months, give or take. So that's in the future, but we want to make sure that our main focus is getting the training up to speed where we want it.
So obviously, we've been around the grounds. We've been in, the bunkhouse and everything else, which we'll go back in there and obviously recap on that and just end everything off. But did y'all put this here, or was this a reconverted space?
So this was a converted space. It was an actual building. At one point, it was a horse farm, if you will, and we just basically updated the structure to see to what you see now.
Beautiful. Really, it's gorgeous.
And whoever built this building was smart, because upstairs we have a big deck, and that deck overlooks the sunset to the west, and it is unbelievably beautiful. And I got to enjoy that last night.
You have classrooms.
Correct. Yeah.
Everything
And we'll, if you guys want, we'll show you around and show you the classroom as well.
Let's take a walk.
Let's do it.
Keep that
That wall reused stable walls.
Oh wow.
Oh, that is.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Look at that. There you go. That's recycling at its best, right there.
Yeah, it is.
Heck yeah, man.
There you
I love it in here. It's so cool. Look at the old
the old bar.
doors. And
Beautiful.
restrooms, obviously. And this will, if you want to kind of get a shot of someone like as far, I know that,
It's very nice.
that's very it's very aesthetically pleasing, man. You see that and you're like, wow, this is really neat. Mm-hmm. It's got like an earthy type home, like comfortable feel to it, Yeah, open that door, go right into the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Again, another beautiful room.
So we've got a big projector screen there on the whiteboard, multi-purpose thing there with 2 TVs on either side for monitors or whatever you need them for.
Yeah. Yeah, modern AV equipment, man, that's important. So Wi-Fi, the whole 9 yards. And this space obviously is multi-use. You don't have to just be, it could be, you know, we could do practical problems, combatives.
Exactly.
You can do, you know, medical training, whatever the case may be. Shoot, we could even set up and have a dance in here.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's do some shagging, maybe some
Yeah.
two-step, put some sawdust down.
Yeah.
So gun lockers here and a safe. In here, so this space, and then it obviously goes back out to the ranges. And what we can do is we can keep on going out here and go back to the lodge.
Just keep.
I mean, I forgot my shades. Oh well, be all right.
When these guys clear out and clean up, we can send you some updates.
Yeah. Normally you wouldn't see this. Their gear wouldn't be stored in here. This will be a gym, but they were just utilizing the space, obviously. And if you've ever worn a bunch of gear like this, you understand that it's easier to spread it out. That way you know what your stuff is.
Oh yeah.
But come on, we'll show you. There's a room.
Trust me.
Yep, this is a bunk room right here, and it's obviously.
Shower.
Yeah. And so let's get that.
I'll let you slide in. I'm out of your way.
Here, I'll move out of your way. You can kind of pan across. I mean, it's not bad, man. It's obviously very.
We'll do this right here.
Yeah. So we could do 45 plus in the bunkhouse. Like I said, we could reconfigure a couple of the single, double man rooms and add to it if we needed to. And as you can tell, it's pretty comfortable here.
Oh, yeah, very.
Large dining facility, kitchen.
I could live here.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
flat out honest.
Yeah.
I could literally live here.
And
I mean, that's just.
Yeah, and I've been here this whole week, living in one of the rooms, right here, and I'll tell you, it's been comfortable for me, and I've enjoyed getting to know the guys from Catawba County. Thoroughly enjoyed getting to know them and training with them.
One of our main focuses when we were designing this facility was to be a place where the people training can feel comfortable, that they can take their shoes off and kick back and enjoy being here and not
Feel like they're at work.
Feel like they're at work, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's important to us that everyone's happy with their facilities, their dining rooms, their gym, everything. So that they'll keep coming back.
Yeah, and they have too. They've thoroughly enjoyed being here this week, man. They've talked about it quite a bit, and you can tell they've relaxed. You know.
That's the name of the game. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this is the W.L.L. show. This is We Love Lawrence, and y'all catch us next time. And y'all make sure to like, share, and go give these guys a shout out on Facebook as well, just like you're gonna do for us. And till next time, guys.